Are you a people pleaser? Do you find your own wants and needs go into the wayside on the frequent because you're just trying to please everyone and everything around you? Which is, by the way, impossible. Hi, I'm Crystal Tottenham from Crystal Clear Coaching. Uh, I am so passionate about you tuning into you, first and foremost, before you let anybody else's whims, any other structures, societies' whims take over what's important to you. And the way we need to do that is to consistently create small pockets of time to tune into ourselves so that we know ourselves and trust ourselves as to what is needed for us in any given moment. And, there are seasons of life where um, you can't always choose to put yourself first. Case in point is like having young children. But most of the time, you can find small ways to put yourself first, even if it's just taking an extra couple of seconds to take a deep diaphragmatic breath right into your belly, which I can't do right now because I'm a bit sick, but take it right into your belly if you have that possibility for you, and then exhale longer than you inhale. And ideally, if you can do it a couple more times, great. But if that's all you had time for, even if you're doing it in amongst being in front of people, places, things, do what you can to take that small moment for yourself to reset your nervous system, um, and you know look after yourself first and foremost, because you are your own human. You're the only one that's truly looking after you for your whole life. You might have, parents and guardians, and I hope you did, um, that helped raise you, because as humans, to survive, as babies and as kids, we do need a community. And that's why we're so wired for survival, to stay in love and belonging with that community around us. And that's why when we feel abandoned, it can really trigger us, in whatever direction we've coded, when we were younger, um, to how we have to show up in order to survive. Because, whatever we did in the past, it worked. We survived. Huzzah! We're still alive. We're still here. So to our system, that's the win. That's like a pretty low bar, really, isn't it? We survived. Yay! That must be the way to do things. So this is often why we have blocks to what we want, because it doesn't feel survivable, because we just don't know it yet. Our system hasn't learnt it. We haven't taken actions that feel similar to it. And so our system will bypass our conscious thought to say, we want to do this, and just take over. And that's how we self-sabotage constantly. So, um, and this is a big part of being a people pleaser. Like, you'd want to police people because you're in a community. You want to stay in the community with them so you survive. That's what your system is feeling. But can you look as this grown human that you now are and see that you could survive in other ways? Like, can you see logically, at least, that that's possible? And if that's possible, then could you survive in a way where you could actually look after yourself first and foremost, not be in constant cycles of burnout, just trying to keep up for everyone else and everything else? Honestly, one of the biggest ways I turned a corner with my people pleasing tendencies, was learning to like own my own energy when I walked in somewhere. Um, and look, I'm relatively time blind as an ADHD, an attentive ADHD person, and I would frequently show up a few minutes late to work, even though I'd be berating myself the entire time there, and then saying sorry as soon as I got there, and be like, oh, sorry, 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 and apologizing for existing, basically. And look, there sometimes these things warrant an apology, but sometimes you are just keeping yourself in that bad energy and then dragging anyone else around you down with you by staying in that. And like, I would spend easily a couple of hours the first part of the day just feeling bad for being late, a few minutes late. Whereas if I just gotten there, yes, maybe a few minutes late, and I'd just chosen to, like, say instead something like, thank you for your patience, which also helped me reframe things perfectly, because then I'm showing gratitude and that I appreciate that they waited. Um, and not that I like I'm aware that my time um my time blindness is a thing, and that like it's not okay that I'm late, but I'm also not going to sit in it and like ruminate in it and make it just more insidious, because that's what I was doing for, a couple of hours, sometimes more. And then it would distract me from my work. Like, it's just actually crazy. And so just learning to, well, ideally, learning to be a few minutes earlier is great. And I do have aspects of my life that I've gotten better at showing up earlier, but um, it's honestly something that no matter how hard I try and how much I berate myself, it's always been something that's hard for me. Um, and it's not in a disrespectful way to other people's time. It's just that I am not good at coding time. I'm just, it's like tra la 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 la, and oh fuck, I need to leave, and then suddenly I'm racing around like a headless chicken, and I'm actually really good at just being like just a few minutes late. Oh, it's kind of crazy. Um, and I will say, actually, my recent job, I've been a lot better at being on time. Because I've had to navigate public transport, so you just have to leave buffers of time. So that's actually been quite a lot more peaceful for me. So I'm always trying. Let's put it that way. But being able to say thank you for your patience instead of, oh, I'm so sorry. Um, it's just a nicer energy for everyone to sit in. But also, yeah, like we can move on from it faster. You know, if you own that, like ideally, like if you're running late, you're driving there, you're traveling there, and you're going to be a couple of minutes late. Well, can you mentally prepare yourself for what the workday might entail? Maybe you don't know completely, but like, can you just mentally think, start putting yourself in your shoes of you in that future moment where you're actually there and ready to go and serving your business, your company, your colleagues in a way that is beneficial to the team, um, without, like, and I mean, I started talking about people pleasing and now I'm talking about apologizing, and you know, so different things. When you're showing up for a job, obviously it's they're like honestly like today showing up for instance for my job, I am a bit under the weather. I showed up anyway because I don't want to let the team down, and I was happy to work. I just knew I might need to um, have a few more drinks and be a bit softer with myself today, and maybe go and sneeze or something occasionally. But like I know that I feel absolutely fine to still contribute to the team today. But like I also had those discussions, um, and the ways to like honor myself in those moments was to be softer with myself, choose that, because there's a lot more that I potentially could have got done if I was feeling 100%. um and yeah, I mean you could say it's a people pleasing tendency to show up to work even though when you're feeling off, but I am a casual worker. I don't get paid if I don't work, so um i need to I need to keep my income coming in. So that was a choice I happily made as an adult human being looking after myself. Um, and if I felt like I was unable to work and not up for it, I would communicate that. So like I'm fine. I made that sovereign choice. Um, but yeah, there being a people pleaser might be that like maybe today I just needed to let other people take over certain things a little bit more than I would usually want to. Like I don't actually have any examples of that today, but like that could be the case. or just communicating even with people, even if I don't really want to tell them that I'm blowing my nose every so often. Like just communicating that lets them know, oh, okay, we if she's a bit slower today, that's why, you know? And then they get the opportunity to um not put expectations on you as well. Um okay. So being a little bit under the weather today, this has gone off on tangents and it hasn't been as structured as I'd hoped. But yeah, I think it is still helpful to consider where you're putting other people and places and structures and things to your own detriment, putting them first instead of looking after yourself first. And look, there's still many aspects I'm still on the journey of here, but I know I feel so much more peaceful around saying no if I need to honor um, my own needs in any given moment. And honestly, I really hope you choose to go on this journey for yourself if you feel like you're a huge people pleaser at this point in time, because you've got to stake a claim for your own life. You've got to choose what's right for you. Um, and if you're waiting for someone to show up and do it for you, I gotta tell you, it's it's gonna be you. It's gonna be a future version of you that's willing to step up. No one else is gonna do it for you. There might be aspects of someone that helps inspire you, but you've got to choose to take on that inspiration and then take action with it. So it's up to you, my friend. So I hope you find a way to put yourself beyond the people pleasing, to put down the people pleasing, still love and honour others, and still show up for others as you have the capacity to, but not at the detriment of your own wonderful self. And please don't apologise for existing, because I think a lot of women have been trained to do that. I'm sure some men too. But yeah, I do not want to apologise for taking up space anymore. You are allowed to take up space, my friend. Okay, I will leave it there for today. I might talk more on this in another video when I'm not actively needing to honour myself and go have a bath that I've just poured. So yeah, much love, and I will see you next time.